Welcome to another Comics Unleashed Free Comic Book Day edition. As always, I am your host, J-Dub, and with me, as always, is Sal, the Slab Guy. Sal, tell them where they can find you when you're not here on Codex.
Well, that's easy. When I'm not here on Codex, swing on over to YouTube and go to Sal's Comic Corner. You can find me there. You can also find me on Instagram when Dan allows it as the Slab Guy 77. Because this guy down here is the master of Instagram. Right, Dan?
Huh?
This is the first he's heard of it.
Yeah, it's the first he's heard of it.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. You hear it. Go to Dan Kelly Art on Instagram. Check it out. Give me some follows. Give me some likes.
Stuff.
I am one thing I pride myself at being good at is every person that comments on any of my posts, I always respond to them. So if you comment on anything, I guarantee that I'll respond to you. Now, granted, it's a little harder for someone like Todd Knock, who will get thousands of comments on his thing. It's a little easier for me to comment on every one of them when I get 4 comments. But still, it's that personal touch.
The gauntlet has been laid down, everybody. Flood him with questions and comments and you know, all that. So give it to him. Hello, Adam.
What's up?
What's up, Adam?
What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, you can ask me, make comments about the art, the music, whatever I post. You can ask me questions, give me ideas of what you want to, what you want to see me draw next, or what songs you want to hear me play next. You can ask me questions about Codex. You can tell me how I'm your favorite host, or I'm your least favorite host, whatever.
You're the host with the most.
No, the most is the guy sitting beside me. The diamond ring wearing,
right there,
cashmere wearing, limousine riding, wheeling dealing, son of a gun. What did it say? That kissed all the girls and made them cry. That was back in the day. That's no more, because the hairdresser will cut his head off if he did that now.
We're not talking this one.
Yeah.
Master of the Library of
I'd rather it be this one.
That's Uncle Gary.
Oh, thank you. Woo! Fellas, it's wonderful to be here. I've had a heck of a weekend, so there we go.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, I've had a heck of a weekend. I am you can see me, if you come to Comic Logic, you can see me there, just like folks saw me today, and we had folks there that are Codex followers and Comic Logic people, so that was a lot of fun. Got to see Sal there, so Codex and Comic Logic intersected at the second point. Not just me, but we had Sal there, so that was fun. We had our big event today. We had our Brandon Wayne signing, and oh my God, the lines for him stayed. Sal, the lines for him stayed all day. He signed at 4:30. Yep.
Yeah.
And then at Comic Logic, we're Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. Please come out and see us. We have one more big event this month. If you missed today, that's okay, because on May 19th we have our Spring Lot Con. We have one in the fall, one in the spring. This will be the Spring Lot Con, where we turn our parking lot into a mini Comic Con. We got about 30 vendors out there. There'll be comics, there'll be local authors, local artists, and you can meet them all. There'll be toys, there'll be I think we had jewelry there the last time. We even had somebody that was reading your palm and tarot cards, things like that. Oh my God, today, I don't know if we'll have this for like that. Today we even had tattoos set up. People were getting tattoos. Rob got a tattoo.
I saw Rob got one.
Yeah.
Rob got a tattoo today. I really wanted him to get a tramp stamp, but he just didn't do that. But he got a tattoo.
Little butterfly symbol.
With an arrow pointing down.
You should have him get the Comic Logic logo as a tramp stamp tattoo.
Oh, there you go. That would have been it. Oh, there you go, Zombie Cat. Yeah, I know who Zombie Cat is. It was so much fun. So it was a blast. So had a good time. Come out and see us at Comic Logic, and come out and see us on the 19th. I also want to give some love to our favorite, and if I'm a little bit dragging, I had a heck of a weekend. We'll talk about it a little more, but I had a great weekend. Comic Character of the Day site. That is the site founded by our good buddy Archduke Kevy. He is the reason we are all here together and we met on that site. And so either praise it or curse it for bringing us all together, because we are here because of that. Because Archduke Kevy. I usually post the cover of the day. It occurs to me now in the 11 o'clock hour that I have not posted a cover of the day. But you know what? I had one hell of a busy day. So I think hopefully he'll forgive me. He'll forgive me for that. Dan posts the question of the day. Usually, I think he said he had run out of questions. I don't know if he did today. Well,
I got one today, and I got one already posted that's scheduled for tomorrow.
Okay,
but so I got to
He's got nothing. He's got nothing. I hear that. And he does random panel of the day, which are usually hilarious. And Sal's frequent contributor, but we are always watched by that guy up there, Jamie, ever vigilant. Always watch. Make sure we give you the quality that you deserve. And speaking of that man up there, the eyes, the ears, the heart, the soul, the
bandana,
the blood pumping through this organization that is Codex, built by brick by brick by brick. The reason that this edifice stands before you, constructed so sturdily, is because of the vision and the hard work and the rolled up sleeves and the labor that went into building this station into one that you can believe in, you can count on, and you can rely on. The master builder himself, Mr. J-Dub.
Thank you for that. Needed that today. Feel so much better. But no. Real fast to Adam Eternal. Buddy, we're going to have that out for the Big Con. It's just been
crazy.
Yeah, like we have a bad stock right now of about 30 videos that I got to get through. Like, it's just, the amount is insane. And Tim's taking probably half. So it's still going to be a minute, but we're going to get out as soon as possible. I promise you. We always try to get the best content and best added out for you. So if you could be patient for a little bit longer, I do apologize.
Yep, and Gary, you missed this one. He said sorry he missed you today. He was doing food delivery in Manassas. So good job. Good job, Adam. That's a noble cause.
That is an admirable reason to miss something, is to do that, buddy. So yeah, I did miss seeing you, but we were well represented there. So
great.
And Richard's in the chat. So how you doing, Richard?
Hey, Richard.
Was great.
Yeah, I wasn't able to make it to Comic Logic today because I took my daughter to the movies this morning to see the second Harry Potter movie, and then we took my mother-in-law out for a late lunch, early dinner, birthday dinner, because her birthday was like 2 days ago.
Okay, very good.
So that's you had quite the birthday thing in your household, because you had a birthday last week.
Yeah, mine was on Monday, hers was on Wednesday, and then my wife, we went to this Mexican place called Senor Tequila, and
I know it.
Sal knows it. And as soon as we sat down, my wife made sure to tell the waiter that it was her birthday. So at the end, after we were done eating, she's like, I want some churros. So she ordered churros, and they did the big thing where they and my wife was sitting there recording it while she was super uncomfortable, where they put the giant sombrero on her and they're playing the music, and they got like the two people on that have like the big Mexican skull masks, and it was pretty funny.
Nice.
Well, she wasn't scared.
Speaking real fast of things that we are giving people, Gary, isn't there something we want to give the people right now?
Oh, absolutely. All you out there, we at the Codex station, every single one of us that you see here on this screen, we have all the socials. And we're pretty damn proud of it. We're proud of it, too. We're dripping with the socials. And we would like nothing better than to give them to you.
Yes, and you guys can go check out thecodexstation.com if you want to find more socials for you. Codexstation.com, get your merch, meet the team, let us know what you like and don't like, and so much more. Go check it out. With that being said, we do have a big announcement. So this Thursday on Comic Character of the Week, we have a special guest joining us. Colossus Collector will be on with us covering Nightcrawler.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't spoil the surprise.
No, the surprise has been spoiled for like the day he told us.
Wait, bam! But the surprise was spoiled.
Yeah,
I know. You're supposed to
Sorry,
say that
when
surprise.
Special guest, you got to tell.
I think Gary, you have the
yes, but the audience, you want them to come.
And Gary,
I'll give the whole next 4 weeks.
Gary has the pick for the character the week after that. Have you decided yet? Well, I could do that character, but I don't know. I mean, that's just, I think that's a lot of reading to give you all right now. Maybe I should hold off a little bit, but
I mean, for me, like I said, I think it would be fine because Nightcrawler is a character I'm already very familiar with. I don't have to go back and read a whole bunch of stuff. I can just like kind of reread some stuff real quick. It gives time to really delve into them.
Is Jamie on that show or is Tim on that show?
Tim is on that next week.
All right. Well, you know what?
Jamie would be on the one the week after for your pick.
All right. Well, so who's going to be for if I pick
Me.
Grimjack? It'll be all right.
It'll be us four.
It'll be us four. All right. Well, I don't know, Jamie. Do you want to dive into the Grimjack pool? Or
I already got it all pulled up, so when you're ready, I'll pull the trigger.
Oh, look at you! You acting like you are ready for this,
Dude. I have to be. You guys don't understand how much I have to be on my toes. My phone goes off constantly.
All right. All right. Consider it. All right. Then let's do it. Grimjack, baby.
All right, I'm down.
Grimjack in 2 weeks.
Grimjack it is. Everybody out there is going, who? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Well, come here and learn.
Yep. And there.
I will try to get Mike again because
Okay.
Mike was fun.
And I will tell you this too. There's two versions of Grimjack. It went from John Gaunt to Grim Jim Twilly. We can go ahead. You can do either one. Grim Jim Twilly was a little later, after a couple hundred years after Gaunt, but still cool enough to mention and talk about. And God, he's probably got one of the most badass Grimjack moments there is. So I'll probably be incorporating that. Some great covers. Y'all will find some fun covers to, not as many covers as some of the other, because he's probably been on maybe 100 different covers, compared to some people. Yeah. So, but still, all right, Grimjack it is. We're going real deep. This will probably be the most obscure character we've done.
We did the Tick.
The Tick is not obscure.
The Tick is not obscure. The Tick had a TV.
I have to agree with that.
The Tick had three TV shows.
We did the Tick.
Now maybe if you'd done a Batman Noel episode, that might have been more.
We talked about MODOK. That's it.
Yeah, but he's you know what? I will tell you this: Grimjack's on more covers than MODOK is. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's for sure because MODOK, would always turn up here and there. But being part of the MCU, not as obscure because he would, Patton Oswalt hasn't voiced any Grimjack character that I know of.
No. But he did come out with another comic.
Loudoun County's own Patton Oswalt from this county.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you listen to, I have one of his. I'd have to look. I forget which one it is, but I have one of his stand-ups on CD where he's talking about like being from the area here, and he's talking about Carvel ice cream and talking about Fudgy the Whale and how they had the same tray, the same ice mold that they would make all the ice cream cakes in, and they would just turn it different ways. Like, oh, it's Fudgy the Whale, and then he's like, turn it the other way. He's like, now it's Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
Actually, that is one of the things that we do have if you sign up for our membership. If you guys sign up for memberships, you guys get a pick a month, and we will do the character for you. We've already done it. We've done it kind of previously. This is part of the new membership package. So for just $3.99, you guys can be a member, get exclusive videos, get a pick, get a shout out, whatever you guys want. We're basically going to do. We have our top 10 list, and we're going to have a game show on there as well, strictly for members.
I will say this too: if you want to come to my Instagram page and buy some art, then you could pick which character I pick when it's my turn.
Now this doesn't pertain to everyone, but this does pertain to Zombie Cat. Just come talk to your dad, and I'll pick the character you want, Danielle. And I love you, honey.
Aw, I didn't know that was. Aw.
Yes,
just tell me who it is. We'll do it.
Absolutely. Come talk to your dad, darling.
If I would have known this before I made the whole spiel.
Well, no, but it's good to have the spiel because, I am, even though there are many girls that were kissed, not everyone is my spouse, my offspring. So there you go.
Understandable. But yeah, just let daddy know what's up and we will get that done.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So who was the crazy villain that we did? Only appeared in one comic. What? I don't remember this one. I don't remember this one at all.
That was a short episode.
That sounds like one of Sonny's F-listers.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But real fast before we get started today, Before we get started,
Oh, I know,
Gary,
I know where that's going. Okay.
You had a
Makes sense.
badass moment just yesterday.
I had a badass moment.
Yeah, you
A
did.
whole couple hours.
Whole couple hours. What you mean, like Mr. Brendan Wayne from The Mandalorian?
I
That-
think so.
That was here, where I'm at right now, toward the Library of Comics. Yeah, you're goddamn right. I did. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome, Mr. Brendan Wayne, and I got to give a big shout out to my good friend Mike Bologna, who's his that travels around the world. They were in Prague just a couple months ago to conventions, and he operates as his handler, and it was just amazing. So thank you, Mike, for bringing Brendan Wayne to my house, and to show you what a class act Brendan Wayne is. His plane left LA an hour and a half late, and that compressed their schedule. Mike has a schedule for them, when he comes, and he still came here, even though the schedule had been blown up, and spent time here. And, the comics, it was cool to show him the comics and everything, but to show him my John Wayne shrine that I have going, that meant a lot to him. I've got pictures of us together all over the house, but there, and he was so wonderful about wanting to talk about his grandfather. And I told him when he came in the door, I said, listen, if I hope you don't mind, because I'm going to want to talk about your grandfather. And he said, I love my grandfather, and I'm proud of my grandfather, and I'll talk about my grandfather all day. And we did. It was wonderful, comparing our favorite John Wayne movies. And I also got to tell him what he means to me. So John Wayne is my guy, and Brendan Wayne is John Wayne's grandson. And this is a big deal to have that man in my house, that bloodline, because of what he means to me. I had a less than ideal childhood, and I had only one positive male role model in my life, and that was my grandfather, my beloved grandfather. And I needed another. And the other I kind of chose was John Wayne. John Wayne, I gravitated toward those movies. And my grandfather did like them. That helped a lot. And that it just gave me somebody, I think I wrote it in the thing, somebody that was a straight shooter, pun intended, and, tried to do the right thing, even though, you might be flawed. You try to do the right thing and try to have courage with what you do. And I needed that. I needed that direction. I needed that and, that standard, that, that image that Wayne had. And it meant a lot to me. And I even shared this. Now, Brendan is a little bit younger than me. He's younger. He's even younger than Sal. He was born, I think, in 1971. He was 8 when John Wayne died. And he said, of course, then he, he knew him as granddad, or his grandfather. And he didn't realize all the acting stuff and all that till later in his life. But it was just, as he got older. But I was 14 when he died, or 1970. I was 15 when he died. And I remember I was watching the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and they had a live news feed that came in that John Wayne had died. And I was devastated. I mean, it was just a crushing blow to me. And that's how important he was in my life. But, I've carried this love to this day. My favorite movie of all time is The Searchers. And it's a magnificent, for those of you who haven't seen The Searchers, it is John Ford's, the great director's masterpiece. It is usually in the top 10 movie list of all-time movies. Scorsese swears by it. George Lucas swears by it. True Grit and that's what he won his Oscar for, was True Grit, which was an amazing movie. And Steven Spielberg at one point said that The Searchers is the greatest American movie ever made. And before, and Brendan Wayne and I talked about this too, that he had talked, Spielberg and he had talked about it. And before yes, he was great. And, my wonderful daughter was here last night when he was here. Before Spielberg does a new project, he always rewatches The Searchers, which is pretty cool. But that's his, that's what he does to write, to get his mind right. He watches The Searchers again and sees that movie and then moves on with his project. But to have this fella here in my house, and for those of you that know me on Facebook, is Opie Taylor. You can see the pictures there. And
yeah, it looked like it was a Fantastic.
Blast.
Yeah, my friends all say, dude, I can see what it meant to you. You're just beaming. You're just freaking beaming. And he was so wonderful to my wife and my daughter and myself. And when John Wayne's grandson is giving you hugs left and right, I mean, man, that doesn't get better than this. And one of the coolest moments, I have a big framed picture of a famous movie still that came from the movie The Cowboys in 1972, where he's got a rifle in one hand, he's got his hand back here on his gun. It's a famous black and white picture. And then the one I have, there's a little tag that's put into the picture that says "Good luck, John Wayne" on it. And I said, Brendan, I said, now look, I was given to this years ago. I was given this, and I was given with this tag right here that I was told was John Wayne's signature. I said, listen, I fully understand it may not be, and if it's not, please don't tell me, because ignorance is bliss. And he looks at it and goes, no, that's the real thing. That's the signature. So, boom, authenticated by Mr. Brandon Wayne. I don't need anything else. I can chisel it in stone now. That is the Duke's signature I have on that portrait. So,
Nice.
hot diggity damn.
Nice.
So somebody said, oh, did you get that on tape so it's authenticated? I said, what the hell do I need it on tape for? That thing ain't ever going anywhere. Matter of fact, when I die, it's coming with me then. I told everybody, all these books and all, they're going with me too, because I'm looking for a hearse with a luggage rack. I'm taking this shit with me. So you're throwing that portrait in there too.
You're going to have a emporium just for your books and casket over you.
Oh, I always tell my wife and stuff, I'm like, look, just remember, my stuff is my stuff. When I die, my stuff is still my stuff. Don't touch it. The only way you touch it, I said, is when you load it on the Viking ship that I will be in, and you push it out to sea and set it on fire, and my stuff goes into the afterlife with me.
Wow. That's hardcore too. That's hardcore too. Actually, Zombie Cat Man was going to end up with a lot of my stuff. So, I think she's aware of that.
By the way, Zombie Cat, just throw it in the chat for me, but I have a quick question. How was it growing up with all of that? Just wondering. Because I wish I had what he has in my life.
What did Brendan Wayne, I don't know if he's, into comics and all that stuff. What did he, obviously the John Wayne stuff, but what did he think about all the other stuff that you have there?
Oh, he was pretty amazed. He was pretty blown away. He thought it was going. And I got to throw the line on him and I got another one line I got to tell you about him too. I got to throw the line that whenever anybody goes down, and I told you and Sal when y'all came here, we went to the basement for the first time. I said, remember, when you go down here and you see this for the first time, that's the only time you can see it for the first time. You can only do that once. So, I saw Brendan Wayne today when I saw him again today after yesterday. I told him in front of folks, I said, listen, Brendan, I got to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something that I have never told another man. So everybody's like, oh shit, what is this going to be? I said, what it is this. I'll never forget last night. I said that to a lot of gals, but I never said that.
I think I have that text message somewhere.
Yeah, I never said that to another man.
In person.
In person. And then to punctuate it, I got a hug. So there you go. Oh, this is cool too. So I got to read to him some of the Preacher. How John, y'all read Preacher, you guys?
Actually, I have not
read the whole thing, but I've read some of it.
Okay, Jamie, have you read Preacher?
A little bit, not a whole lot.
Okay, I went 66 issues. Preacher is my favorite non-superhero comic by far. And Jesse Custer's the main character. His dad loved John Wayne. His dad was killed in front of Jesse's eyes. John Wayne is in that book as a spirit, a conscience, whatever, that talks to Jesse and guides Jesse. And his face is always shadowed, but it's the Duke. Oh, thanks, Richard. I appreciate you. Hey, on my Comic Logic card, I am Preacher of the Lore. So that's what I am. Preacher of the Lore. Oh, God, I didn't let her read that book until she was like 25 because it's got sex, it's got violence, it's got blasphemy. And at 25, I said, okay, you can read it now. But
now is the time. And then the doors open and a light came through. Oh.
Yeah, well, and look, I have reread that whole series like 4 or 5 times. And every time I read it, I get a little bit more. But anyway, the John Wayne character motivates Jesse, talks to Jesse, and got Jesse through the rough time after his father was killed in front of him, murdered in front of him. And I was able to, and when years later, when Jesse's a man, he gets to get revenge on the guy that killed his father. And this person has also killed his girlfriend. Yeah, then the boys has killed his girlfriend at that point. And Jesse, Wayne gets Jesse up off of his feeling sorry for himself and whining about it, crying about it. And Jesse's mad then, and he's going to go get the sumbitch that did that. And Wayne is there all along. And there's a great last page, one of the greatest cliffhangers. And the John Wayne character goes, well, he goes, you showed you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? And Jesse throws the cigarette out of his mouth and said, you goddamn right. And bam. And so I got to read that to Brendan Wayne and show that. And that was really cool. So today at the shop, we had a volume 1 of Preacher that leads up to that great big issue. And I bought it for Brendan Wayne and gave it to him. And he's very thankful, but he had a demand of me. He said I had to sign it to him.
Oh, nice.
Pretty damn good, right? Brendan Wayne insisted I sign that to him.
Did you charge him? Did you charge him money for the signature?
You know what? Let me tell you something. I charged him as much money as he charged me for any of the signatures.
Yeah, I know.
Did you
zero, baby?
But did you write Did you just sign it, Uncle Gary? Did you write a message?
No, I wrote a message. I wrote a message that to Brendan Wayne, from Uncle Gary. I said it's truly an honor for you to come to my house and grace my thank you, Pam. That was a badass moment. Thank you, Pam.
It was. Yes, it was.
To gracing my house and my John Wayne shrine, and that it was it was truly unforgettable. And I closed it with your grandfather was the Duke, but you are a prince. So I thought that was pretty good. And he was, and just wow. That's all. Wow. That's all I can say. Hell of a weekend, hell of a guy. And Richard, you love a comic signed by all the Comic Logic guys, and how about the Codex guys too? That would be awesome. Oh, you know what? There you go, fellas. Get some book, a facsimile of Hulk 180, and have everybody from Comic Logic and from Codex sign it when we're all together in Baltimore.
I'll do a little.
I'll definitely be there to sign that.
Yes,
so a little remark on it. I'll just draw all the characters who had their first appearance in Hulk 180.
Well, there's not enough room because I thought every damn comic character that existed.
Yeah, was the only reason.
What was it we were talking about?
And then there was Hulk 180.
What were we talking about? It was just you and me chatting, right?
Yeah, it was something in South. It said something about his first appearance, and I was like, "Yeah, it was in this book, blah, 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 whatever." And he goes, "Like, oh yeah, he was this," and I was like, "Well, the real."
It was the Blob because I scored that slab.
Blob, yeah.
And and I said it's first appearance of Blob, and he was like, "Everyone knows it was a Hulk 180." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
Are you showing that X-Men 3 today?
No, I don't have it in my hands yet. I just literally pulled the trigger on it.
Oh, yesterday. You showed the picture of it. Because let me tell you something. His Beast X-Man is doing something very disturbing on the cover of X-Men 3 with his bare feet.
He's an X-Men.
That's why he had to leave the X-Men because of that behavior. With his large, big feet, he's tweaking the Blob's nipples. Just is
the Blob has a foot fetish, and what other character have a foot fetish with than the Beast?
Well, you know what? That's why that's Quentin Tarantino's favorite comic cover.
Well, there you go. There's Richard. I thought, well, you'll get to see it when he gets it. Page 4. Yeah, there you go. Page 4 for foreplay. Is that what it was? Because that was foreplay.
You'll fight Rich.
I fight Rich for it. Oh my God! Listen, I guess that's what But when he got blue and furry, that's when he started a whole movement. The whole furry movement, and this was on the top 10 thing. The whole furry movement was started by the Beast when he was an Avenger. That's the whole thing with see with the furries now. That was the genesis.
I was wondering maybe. I was wondering this when I was.
Hang on. My whole life, that I would never. You just saying that. Oh my! Just go. I can't talk.
Listen, I'm telling you. And listen,
Uncle
what do we
Gary
say?
said furry
Pam,
movement.
Pam, Melanie, Barb, and the other chick that he was with for a foursome for 2-day bender of sex. That's when the furry movement started with the Beast in the pages of the Avengers.
Oh,
There you go.
Folks,
That's
go
probably
to
one of your favorite episodes.
get a membership. Watch the top 10.
So
Right,
And,
and when you
see
see,
Uncle Gary and I duel it out.
yeah,
I'm
that's right.
crying.
And when you see the furries around at conventions and things like that, if you run into the furries, just say, "Yeah, Beast was an Avenger." See, they'll know. They'll know.
Oh,
Beast was right.
I'm signing that in the book.
I got this question. So the Beast was, when he did
That's my quote.
and he got covered in blue fur. What was he like? Was he still like underneath of it look like him? Like if he went and said, "Oh, I'm tired of all his fur. I'm just gonna get like the laser hair removal over my whole body." Would he still look like he did before he did? Like, what if Nightcrawler did that? Is he's because he's supposed to have the blue fur?
No, I don't believe so because that was that mutation wasn't just his fur; it changed. Look at his skull
That's all right, Richard.
and all that. Yeah. What
Well,
Richard
no, I
said?
meant like if he did the laser hair removal, would he like have blue skin then, or?
Yeah. I would imagine maybe the skin was blue, but his facial structure changed and all that. So I would think that's what he looked like that, just furless, just like
what? That's when you get in line for Chris Claremont. I don't know if he's at Baltimore this year again, but if he is, I'm sure Sal will be getting in line to get his autograph. That's what you have to ask him, Sal. You have to record yourself asking him what Beast would look like if he got laser hair removal over his entire body.
Well, now Claremont didn't do that to him, though. I don't believe. I think that was maybe Jerry.
No, he didn't. But he wrote him enough when he did have it.
Well, because what did he? So that may be more of a Conway question, So
right, we're ready to get into today's show.
Yeah,
listen,
30 minutes later.
Listen, we've been talking about the Duke.
Yes.
We've been talking about Brendan Wayne, and we've segued into the Beast and the whole furry movement. The Beast started the whole furry movement. So there you go.
So now that you have Brendan Wayne at your house, are you finally going to watch The Mandalorian?
Now, see, you went and ruined that, didn't you? Now, here's the thing: I will watch The Mandalorian. I just hadn't got around to it, and because I had him sign all this John Wayne stuff today, I had to make sure. I said, "Dude, I totally neglected getting something signed that's your character, so please let me do that." And I did that. So I will. It's a matter with me. It's strictly a matter of time. And from what I hear, The Mandalorian is a Western, which is me.
Yeah.
What does the naked beast look like? And when you ask that question, that's when Claremont goes, security.
Yep.
It'd be funnier if Chris Claremont just held up a mirror to Sal.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That would be funny. That would be you, sir, were my template. There you go.
Yeah. That's why you'd like it because
Sal's got an itch. Sal's got a very peculiar itch that has a very peculiar finger that satisfies that itch.
I thought that was his foot.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
If it was the Beast, it would have been.
Yeah,
that's why you'd like it because it is, a Star Wars and it is sci-fi, but it's definitely like a space western. Like Firefly was a space western.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And for a Star Wars connection, for those of you that have seen The Searchers, and I do recommend everyone to go see The Searchers, when Luke's aunt and uncle's farm is on, the ranch is on fire, that is a direct homage to a scene in The Searchers. So George Lucas put it in there on purpose, giving respect to The Searchers. And there was a character that Brendan just found out a few years ago in Star Wars that they used his grandfather's voice, and they kind of elongated whatever was being said. And so he didn't realize that his grandfather's voice was used in the original Star Wars movie. And Brendan was like, I couldn't even write this, he goes, I couldn't even write this stuff, for it to do that. So, that it would come full circle like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's get into the comics today, and we'll have some more conversation about Brandon Wayne and furries.
Yep. We'll get to that. We'll get to more of that later.
We'll see you guys in about a minute.
Yeah.
What's up, coders? Welcome to another After Dark Comics Unleashed Free Comic Book Day edition. With me, as always, are the usual suspects, as Sal says. We got Sal the Slab Guy, Dan the Art Kelly, and the one and only Uncle Gary with us today. Let's get in these comics and let's show everyone what we picked up and what we have. So, with that being said, Sal, I'm going to put you up first, buddy.
All right. So we'll start off with Free Comic Book Day stuff. And I got the Spider-Man Ultimate Universe Free Comic Book Day. And Energon Universe.
Yeah, huh?
Absolute Power. Special Edition.
I saw Sal when he was picking these up.
Yep, yes you did. And of course, Johnny Quest.
Yes, Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest fan. And Flash Gordon. Number 0. Savior of the universe. All right, so during Free Comic Book Day, during Free Comic Book Day at Comic Lodge, which I was at today, the man Brendan Wayne was at the shop doing autographs, and I got him to sign this.
Mm-hmm.
So I had him personalize it to me, and it says, "Weapons are part of my religion." Brendan Wayne.
So cool.
So
Nice.
this was a slab book. I had the slab, cracked it last night, and brought it over today. So
Hey,
it will
Sal.
be slabs in a few. Yes.
You can show the other one too, because they'll show her the video.
I
it.
cannot
Okay.
show it.
Damn.
It's already back. It was already back.
Oh, okay. You're good.
Because
I didn't know you already had it done.
Yeah, I did, because if I was about to clear out my boxes today, because I recycle everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh, I gotta save this one. I might as well put it now in the box, tape it up. That's why I asked you for the confirm your address.
Oh yeah.
And then that
Okay.
was then
Well,
it's
that's fine.
done, and I could recycle all the other stuff.
It was
Alright, so-
badass either way. I'll show it.
Okay, very good. So yeah, I had another book signed. It's going to go to Precious from Jamie. So next, this is my pool stuff. So a little bit of a light week, but I got Incredible Hulk number 12. I got Moon Knight, Vengeance of the Moon Knight number 5, variant cover on
cool
that
cover.
Stormbreakers. Yeah,
Who's
Interesting.
that on the cover?
I haven't read this yet. So a Moon Knight guy.
Moon
Vengeance
Knight
of the
guy.
Moon Knight. A Moon Knight guy.
Oh, is it?
I haven't
Okay.
read it yet.
It's another lunatic.
Yeah.
Ah.
Got Deadpool, Wolverine, World War III, I believe it's
Yep.
Yeah.
WW3. The Invincible Iron Man looks like he's teaming up with Magneto.
It does.
I've got X-Men number 34, and I've got 2 foily goodness tonight. Let's see if this will show through. Blood Hunt
Oh yeah.
Blood Hunt foil. Look at that.
and Space Ghost.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So that is it for my Free Comic Book Day and weekly pools. Light week for me. But I've got a ton of back issues and some slabs to show off later.
Very
Go ahead
good.
now.
I thought we
I'm
were
not
saving
Tim.
those for later.
Yeah, do it now.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not Tim,
we'll
bro.
start with mail calls first. So picked up this Green Lantern glow in the dark cover. This is a glow in the dark variant from C2E2,
Nice.
Yes.
That is cool.
and picked up an X-Men number 57.
It's Neil Adams, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
That is the Neil Adams.
this Green Lantern foil in this.
That is
Ooh.
cool. That is
Mhm.
great.
That
This
is
is
beautiful.
actually the Spanish edition of this,
Wow.
and it retells the origin and secret origins. But as you can see in the back, it says Lantern Verde Alpha.
Oh man,
Oh.
that book is in fuego.
Yes, it is. It's thick too.
So is this, madam.
That's what she said.
He said,
That's what she said.
Girth.
It's heavy,
Girthy
dark.
baby. Yes, it is. All right, so Green Lantern number 4, a variant cover for that.
Very nice. Jamie's just like, oh man, those are so good.
They
Green
are.
Lantern number 2, another variant cover.
I have that one.
Okay.
I love
Very
that
good.
one.
I picked up a Death of Superman anniversary issue with the blood dripping S. So
Nice.
I think this is some more foily goodness.
Mm-hmm.
This one is Planet of the Apes versus
Green Lantern crossover.
Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, that is a neat cover.
So
Love
it looks like it's a connecting cover, so I've got to find the other ones that go to that now. And I got a What If issue number 43. Wolverine had married Marky.
Nice.
So now for slabs. Here we go. Slab
Wait, you have
time.
slabs? What?
I do.
He
Got
does.
them today.
Part of his DNA.
There we go. Look at this. Green Lantern number 1. So
That come from Kent.
that came from Kent today.
Look at that 9/8. Look at that 9/8 goodness. Ken
Beautiful
Hubs from the
thing.
Comic Hub. For
Yes,
all of
it
you
is.
that want to use them. The Comic
Yep.
Hub, Ken Hub.
Yep.
Yep.
And he's at Comic Logic every second and fourth
Fourth
Saturday.
Saturday. Yep.
There you go. There you go, Jamie.
Yep. Look at
Thanks
that.
for representing.
Always got
Hope.
So I picked these up, and I was like, oh, my God, I got to get the rest of these. Found the rest of them on BigTimeComics.com. Bought the whole set, and now that whole set will be sent off to be slabbed, and I'll use these two as trade bait at Ultimate.
Very nice.
And
I personally think it's going to be hilarious if he sends the whole set off to get graded, and they all come back as 9.8s, except like one comes back as a 9.6.
yeah, no, that would kill me.
It's-
Anyhow, got
Nice.
this. So Kent, this is also a Kent Hub special because he did press this for me. So came back in the 9.4. So
That is
George
love it.
Perez, goodness.
Yep. Wonder Woman 1.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that when he bought it too. It was very nice looking.
Yep.
Yep.
Richard likes it. Richard,
Yep.
that's
Thank you, Richard. Appreciate that. Yep. I think he saw my video too of my mail call as well. So thank you, Richard, for that.
Yeah, Richard, big shout out to you, dude. Thank you for always commenting and being part of the family. I appreciate it. Trust me.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched. I commented on Richard's Instagram video he put up about his getting Ron Lim's signatures on some stuff, which was cool. Ron Lim would be someone that I would actually be interested in getting to sign some stuff.
Yeah. Richard, what's your handle on Instagram? Shout it out to the people so we can get you some more followers too.
Yeah. Is that all?
So that's all.
All right. I'll go next. Now that I can get comics every week because I'm on a normal people schedule,
nice.
let me start off with the free comic book day stuff. So I got Will Hunt number 1 next time.
Was this Precious's first free comic book day?
Hers and Bub's.
Yeah. Did they both
Nice.
enjoy it?
Oh, they had a blast.
Nice.
Bub was running around playing with R2D2, and then he was fist bumping Miles Morales. They had cosplayers everywhere.
Nice.
So, they had a great time. This one I actually picked up for Bub because I thought it was hilarious. But Arkham Asylum.
There
I
you
saw
go.
that. That's pretty funny.
So there's that. I got Mad Magazine.
Yep.
This is a job for crap. I'm already in the costume.
Costume. Yeah.
Nipply, huh? Tad bit cold in there.
Nipply goodness.
If the Beast was around, he'd be tweaking them. Yeah.
I saw this and I automatically thought of Uncle Gary, so I had to get it. I don't know why, but tons of Strange.
Tons of
I
strength.
saw that. I almost got that.
That is.
I
Yeah.
didn't see that one.
That's an homage cover to the old ECs. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they didn't have that at our shop.
Just like Sale, Intergiant Universe.
Good choice. Good choice, my
Because
friend.
I got everything but G.I. Joe on my list, I think. Absolute Power.
Yep.
Good choice again.
Well, the G.I. Joe book isn't part of the Energon universe, so.
I thought they were part of it for some reason.
Well, no, the G.I. Joe, the Cobra Commander, the Duke is, but a real American hero. That's still continuing the series that started at Marvel.
Well,
Right.
also they had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is a first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, they sent the second one. They get put in.
Well,
So
there you
Oh, there you go.
Damn, they didn't have that at my shop. Either location.
Another one I picked up for Bub because we've been trying to get him to redo them at night. Every time is Spidey and His Amazing Friends.
Yeah,
Nice.
my daughter picked that one up too.
I got the Star Wars with the 2 stories in it.
Yeah. It would look like a cool cover. I almost picked that up.
Yeah. This one Precious grabbed and saw automatically. The Worlds of James Tinian the Fourth.
Nice.
Yep.
My daughter also grabbed that one too. She's turned 6 at the end of the month, and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, go ahead, grab it." I'm like, "I'm gonna have to slide this out of the stack when we get home."
Yep.
did pick up the Spider-Man Ultimate Universe.
Yep, very good.
Good choice.
And lastly, for my free comic book day was Marvel Voices.
Okay.
Another good choice. Yep.
All right.
So it looks like you got more than 5 then.
Well, they let you have as many as you want. As long as you're going to read them, they don't care.
Okay,
Well,
that's cool.
But he went with himself,
Yeah,
Precious
and Precious and Bub. Yeah.
and Bub. So that's 15 he could get. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, like, they made out to, I'm going to show everything, obviously.
And Sal, if there was something else you had wanted, I'm sorry I didn't know. I would have taken care of you, man.
No, that's all right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
So, speaking of, Precious, and she just constantly adds more stuff to my pull list, which is never a bad thing. I got another book from Distillery, and this is from James Tinian IV. This is Spectrograph.
Nice. That's a pretty awesome cover.
Is that an oversized one?
Yeah, this is the magazine size.
Okay.
And then I got, which is hers too, Guma. The beginning of hers is issue 6. There's one more issue of it coming out. She's loving it. I'm going to dig into it after she's done. I did pull one from last week. I didn't get, it was the last copy they had, so thankfully I did, but I did pick up.
Nice.
I still haven't read any of last week's books, and I look forward to reading that. Everybody loved it.
Yeah, I only got a chance to read like 2 books that came out last week.
Yeah. Well, got Rangers Academy, number 7.
Cool.
I'm upset, and I'm going to go on a tangent right now, that they're ending Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line after Darkest Hour, the big event they've had for the year, because this is it's going to be probably my event of the year for the Codys, because it's just that phenomenal.
Wait, they're ending all the Power Rangers books? Are they going to relaunch them?
They didn't say. They said that it's going to be the last book of the series for now.
Well, are they? Is this selling well?
It's very well. It's like Boom's highest grossing book right now.
Okay, so is Boom losing the rights like Dan asked?
That's what I don't know.
Okay.
Like they didn't say anything. They said after Darkest Hour, it's done.
If Boom's not losing the rights, then if it's been a seller, it'll come back in some form. You don't just end that. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I got because we're affiliated with Boom Studios, Richard, so I get the emails on them all the time, and they did not give a reason.
Yeah.
So, but next up, I got the Flash annual. Oop.
Nice. Yep. I like that.
Yeah.
I got Harley Quinn annual.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
And then the Nightwing, which I think this is up for my cover.
Yeah, that's a cool cover.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And now, my Marvel stuff, I also got Deadpool, Wolverine, World War III.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Blood Hunt number 1.
Cool.
Very cool.
Vengeance of the Moon Knight.
Oh yeah, look at that. That was a great cover.
That's the same thing. So have you been reading that story? Are you up to date on that one or no?
She is. I am not.
Okay, I'm not either. So
she reads. She has her own, like, not list, but she takes everything that she wants to read first, and then is like, "You're gonna wait, and then we're gonna do it." I'm like, okay. But yeah, I got Incredible Hulk number 12.
Cool
which
cover.
is still a fantastic book.
Yep.
The Immortal Thor number 10.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah, that's a great cover.
Ross.
Yeah. So that ends my pulls, but I did get some back issues, surprisingly enough, Detective Comics. So I got from New 52 number 19.
Oh, look at that. It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we picked up Detective 582.
I like that a lot too.
And then Detective 586.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's that rat catcher. Yeah.
Yep. And then we did pick up 2 trades as well. One I got and one she got. And the one I got, I've been wanting for so long, and they finally had the first volume, or let me say the first year.
There
you go.
Yeah. All of it.
Ooh.
So I can't wait to dig into this.
Light reading. That's some light reading.
And then the indie.
Oh. Sorry, Rich just popped up a question for you. Why are they ending it? Oh, is it poor sales or something else?
I already told them because I got the emails. They didn't say. So
All right.
But you believe it's selling very well.
that's what they say. Like every time you look up something, because they kind of send out the sales charts, and it's selling well. Like it's not even on like the mid. It's literally probably their top 10.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, with Precious being the indie queen, she smelled this book somehow. I don't know, but it's called Infidel.
Yeah, I've read that. That is a pretty good horror book.
Is it? Because that's what she saw and wanted it. And yeah, she read like the first issue in the car ride home. So
okay,
she's
yeah,
very
that
excited for it.
Straight horror.
Yeah. So that is everything that I had this
All
week.
right. So Rich had this question: thoughts on the Deadpool movie?
The new one coming out. Can't wait.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely
Can't wait for it
either. I just don't know how much truth is behind all the cameos, because they had like 100 cameos that they're saying just about from everybody. So I don't know how that works out.
Well, remember, I think it's going to be. I think there's going to be more than there was in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. But remember that when that was coming out, it was like, oh, it's going to be this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. It was like all these ones that were thrown out there. And yeah, we got a couple cool ones, but it was like 3.
Yeah.
As opposed to a dozen that people thought it was going to be. So I think that there'll be a lot of them in there. And there's already been some confirmed from the trailers and just from, like Jennifer Gardner and them like going and filming for a day or two on the set. But I don't think it's going to be as many as people are expecting.
I think it's going to be a fantastic movie. I still hope to God and that I prove Sonny right because of this. Me and him had a bet when they first announced it that it was going to be Wolverine and Deadpool. And I said, it'd be hilarious if it was a full 10 minutes of Wolverine in the movie and all the clips that they're showing in trailers are just the parts that he's in the entire thing.
There's no way that they'll do that. They would piss
I would
off.
die laughing.
Yeah, well, I think the ante is up when they're calling the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. So
yeah, but you know how Deadpool movie have been like.
Yeah.
It'd be hilarious if it was Deadpool and Wolverine, and then right at the beginning he goes, "By the way, we only had time for 10 minutes with Wolverine, so here you go."
Wow.
I still would like see it at the end where Hugh Jackman wakes up and says, "Oh God, what a nightmare that was."
Yeah, exactly.
I told when we were throwing out our theories, I thought it would be funny if like Deadpool like hijacked Hugh Jackman, like grabbed him as come on, we're gonna go on an adventure, Wolverine, Logan. And he's like, I'm not Logan, like I'm Hugh Jackman. I just played Wolverine in the movies. And then Deadpool kept referring to him as Logan or Wolverine, like the whole movie, and putting him in these dangerous situations. And he's like, I'm just a goddamn actor. I'm not actually Wolverine.
That would be funny too.
That would be.
Well, Dan, with that, you are up, buddy.
I did look it up real quick there. It looks like Boom is not losing the license for Power Rangers. It looks like they're just ending this, what they've been doing, and they're supposed to make some announcements at San Diego Comic-Con about what they're going to do with Power Rangers moving forward.
Okay.
So there you go. So that means that they'll relaunch something. It'll be big. It'll be splashy. There'll be more. Yeah.
Yeah. Power Rangers is way
It'll
too
be in
big.
my pools.
Power Rangers way too big of a license to just be like, we're done with it.
You have 17 different teams. You can do anything.
So I start off with the free comic book day stuff. One of the things I had at my shop is we didn't have Brendan Wayne, but they had a local artist named John Watkins Chow that was there that was doing artwork for free for people. So, I took my daughter to see the second Harry Potter movie, Chamber of Secrets, this morning, and then we went to the shop to pick up some books. And I was like, "Yeah, you can pick up some comics." And we walked in. I was like, "Look, all the books on those tables. Like, you pick whichever ones you want." And I showed her. I said, "Hey, that guy's drawing pictures. Do you want some?" She goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, let's get in line." So we got up to the front, and she goes, and he goes, "Yo, what would you like me to draw for you?" And she said, "Peaches and Toad." So he drew her this.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Princess Peach and Toad that he drew for her. And yeah, he just had a stack of backing boards and was just drawing stuff for people. So this is his card. It's his name is John Watkins Chow, and it's www.watkinschow.com. So you hold this up.
Was he there last year or no?
Yeah, he was the one that was there last year too. So I'll hold this up
Okay.
a second so everyone can see the stuff. He has a lot of cards, sketch cards and stuff that he's done for Upper Deck. Of those two. So I asked her, I was like, let me take this downstairs so I can show it off on the show. And she's like, tell them that I drew it. I'm like, yeah, okay. But she is planning on coloring it.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So
She's
for my free comic book day stuff, I also got the Mad Magazine.
The Superman nips.
I got this. I don't know what it is, but it looked like it might be interesting. Cursed Verse.
no.
Okay.
So I'm not sure exactly what it is, but hey, it's free. Give it a shot. Maybe I'll like it. I also got the Star Wars one. I got this, the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Comics, because I like the cover that had Santa Claus and Nexus on it.
Yep.
Also got the Flash Gordon.
Yeah, the art on that is pretty good.
Yeah, I flipped through it. It looks cool. And of course, from my childhood, Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest.
I got the Valiants. I'm sure Tim picked this one up too. Conan Battle of the Black Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more than likely.
That was one of the 2 adult ones we had.
The Worlds of Jane. Also got the Worlds of Jane Tinian the Fourth, or James Tinian the Fourth. Also, of course, got the Blood Hunt with the X-Men one in it.
Yep.
I guess I haven't read it yet, and I haven't read my stuff from this week yet. So I guess this is a prequel to Blood Hunt that came out a couple days after the first issue of Blood Hunt. So, but so I got the Absolute Power. So I guess we're finally going to get to see Amanda Waller do her Amanda Waller stuff.
Yeah.
In the Spider-Man and Ultimate Universe. And, of course, the one I was looking forward to most, the Energon Universe.
Yeah.
So,
Rob loved that one.
yeah. So maybe he'll get a tattoo of Megatron at LotCon.
Well, maybe so. Maybe so. That's
So for my pulls for this week, there's a couple books from last week too, because I didn't have enough money last week to get everything. I had to wait till I got paid. So I got Detective Comics 1084, Flash number 8, then also the Flash Annual. I got a different cover from Jamie.
nice. Yeah, that's the
You got what, Jamie? You got the B cover?
Yeah.
This one I'm looking forward to jumping into, the Superman House of Brainiac special.
Yeah, that was sold out by me.
Wow.
Wow.
I'll check the shop if you want and see if they have another copy. I'll get it for you.
Yeah, if anyone could check their shops, that'd be great.
Yeah. The Space Coast number 1.
I like that cover.
Really looking forward to reading that one. DC did a 4-issue, I think it was a 4-issue Space Coast miniseries like 10 years ago that was really good.
Yep, got it. Yep, it was good.
And then what was it, about 5 years ago, give or take, they did all that Future Quest stuff that was really cool too.
They did a crossover too.
That's pretty funny.
The Hanna-Barbera crossovers.
Yeah, that's when they did that. They did the Hanna-Barbera crossovers, but then they, that were all kind of goofy. But they did the Future Quest thing where it was like Space Ghost and Birdman and the Herculoids and and all those different characters and Johnny Quest. But they did them all in like one big story. But it was a serious story, and it was really awesome.
Dan, did you read Pam's comment? It pertains to you.
Yeah, she tried to do the Arnold voice with.
In your Arnold version.
Your Arnold voice.
I got the Conan the Barbarian number 2 this weekend. I tried to read it in Dad's Arnold voice. I failed miserably. Well, you just have to try.
Keep trying. What's up, Bougie? Yep. Space Ghost was cool.
Yes. And let's face it, we all watched Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I mean,
We did.
Yeah, and you know how hard it is to read that issue and not do Bragg's voice in my head and take it seriously?
Yep.
I got the Daredevil 8, which I guess this is what there's like 16 pages that's missing from it, right? So
Yeah, but
nothing important for charging us $10 for a book and then not putting 16 damn pages in it. Assholes.
Well, when they put the book out the right way, that'll be the book that will be the the book you'll be happy to have.
Well, it's funny because they said everybody's supposed to destroy this, but everyone already got it. I see people comment like, "Oh, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put it on eBay. It's going to be worth so much." It's not going to be worth so much. Everybody has the same damn thought. But I asked him at the shop. I was like, "So they're supposed to be shipping out another copy that we're just going to get, right?" He's like, "I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that." I'm like, "All right, well, I don't want to have to pay $10 for another copy of it." So hopefully they're supposed to be giving them out to replace these ones. So we'll see. I got Tim's favorite book, Amazing Spider-Man 48.
Oh, he loves Zeb Wells.
Yeah, he does.
The perfect
President of the fan club.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm only buying it because Todd Nauck is one of my favorite artists, and I saw he was doing a few issues on Spider-Man, so I picked it up because of that. Just like the few issues I bought in this run already, I was like, oh, Ed McGuinness is drawing it. I'm going to pick up those issues because I love his artwork. That's the only thing that's got me buying it.
Yeah, I hope Zeb Wells does not go to Baltimore because Tim might go James Wilkes Booth on him.
Yeah.
Remember that video of the guy like jumping over the bench at the judge?
Yeah.
It'll be like that.
Yeah.
I would pay good money to see that.
He's gonna be jump over the table and be choking and be like, "You ruined Spider-Man."
No, Richard. Sadly,
no
sadly for Sal and I, the maps have ended.
Yeah, that ruined it for me.
Yeah, the maps were the thing. Sal and I every week would go, but it has maps.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
It's the only thing that kept me going.
Yeah.
Anybody that wants to come to our booth that we're gonna have at Baltimore Comic Con, you can bring a book and I will draw a map in it for you.
There you go.
I got because I'm a glutton for punishment, I got the 5th printing of Ultimate Spider-Man #1.
Wow, that's a good looking copy though.
Yeah.
10 years from now, they're going to be all like on print 572, and you're going to be like, I got to get it this time.
Well, Sal's got the 4th printing for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. What did I say, man? What did I tell you, Sal, when I bought it? I was like, in for a penny, in for a pound.
For a pound, yep.
Because I got the first one when it came out just because I was like, hey, I want to read this. And then I didn't expect it to blow up the way it did. Second print comes out, I'm like, all right, it's a cool cover. I'll pick that up. Same thing with the 3rd print. Then by the time the 4th print, I was like, I might as well at this point. Like, I might as well just keep getting them because you know what it's going to be? It's going to be 10 years from now, and it's going to be like the 8th print that's the one that's really worth money because, it's so rare.
It'll be the print you gave up on and decided I'm not going to get anymore.
Yeah, that's
that'll be it, probably. At this point, I'm just going to keep buying them every time they put one out and be like,
there you go.
Eventually they'll run out of covers to put on it.
Well, you're like me with some of these runs that I have complete collections of that I can never stop, no matter what they did.
Yeah. The Zeb Wells starts writing everything.
Yeah, I still have to get it. Yeah.
It got Weapon X-Men #3. Dug the first 2 issues of it, so it's been good so far. This one, I'm looking forward to reading a lot. Get Fury #1.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to that. Rob raved about that.
Yeah.
And, Ennis wrote the Fury miniseries from a few years ago. That was actually
really good.
It went like 14 issues, I think. Yeah, that was great. Oh, so I'm looking forward to this.
Also got Immortal Thor #10. I'm hoping that it's better than that piece of crap Roxon Presents Thor book, which was just that sucked. I might have to do a review on that the way that Tim did that review for Spider-Man, where he's like, I rate this a 0.
That was funny.
That was funny.
You can only go up from there.
Yeah. I got Incredible Hulk #12 with awesome cover, and I'm very happy that I saw Nick Klein's name in the in the credits there again. So it's back to the Hulk having that kick-ass art.
Good.
Also got the Deadpool Wolverine World War III. And I was just reading something today where it was Kevin Feige came out and said that he told Hugh Jackman not to do the Deadpool Wolverine movie. He's like, you shouldn't do it. Logan was a great way to end it. Just leave it be. Don't come back and do the movie. And then, of course, everyone in the comics is like, F you, Feige. This is why Marvel sucks now. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, don't forget, we wouldn't have all this MCU stuff if it wasn't for him.
That's right.
True.
But yeah, that was stupid of him to say. Tell Hugh Jackman, no, don't come back and play Wolverine.
You know who told him not to play Wolverine in the first place?
Who?
His wife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he one of the very few times he went against her advice and he did it.
Well, you know who recommended him for the role, right?
Who?
It was Russell Crowe.
Oh, Crowe did. Nice.
Because originally they had cast Doug Ray Scott, but then
that's right. He broke his ribs.
Well, Mission Impossible 2, the filming went long on it, and Tom Cruise was like, "No, you got to stay and finish filming this movie." So he had to drop out of X-Men, and they wanted to cast Russell Crowe. And Russell Crowe was like, "No, I don't want to do it," because he was going to do it, but the ideas he had was he wanted to shave his head. He wanted Wolverine to be bald and change a couple things. And Bryan Singer was like, "No, we're not going to do that." But he goes, "All right, well, I got this guy, my buddy Hugh Jackman. I think he'd be really good in this role. You should check him out." And that's who recommended him for Wolverine.
Nice.
Vengeance of Moon Knight #5. Been digging this. So, the reveal at the end of issue 4 was like, okay. So I'm anxious to get into that. Then I got the Red Band Blood Hunt #1.
Mm-hmm.
So I was tempted to pick up the regular one too, so I could sit there and.
Rob said 8 pages difference.
He said what?
I think Rob said there were 8 pages that were different.
Yeah, I was tempted to, but I was like, am I really going to spend $6 to do that? Of course, I say that as I just bought the 5th printing of a book that I already own. That I already own five.
Part of the sickness. Part of the sickness.
That I already own 5 copies of that issue. So I guess you could say that's a bit hypocritical. But then since it was Free Comic Book Day, our shop had big sales. They had 50% off action figures that were under $40. They had 25% off graphic novels, 25% off of back issues, not wall books, but like back issues that were in the bins and stuff. So my wife gave me a gift card for the shop for my birthday. So I was like, oh, well, I'm going to save this and you go pick up some stuff for Free Comic Day. So I got, since the figures were 50% off, I got a figure to add to my growing West Coast Avengers figure run. I got Uncle Gary's boy.
Wonder Man.
There you go.
Got him upstairs on my shelf.
Yep.
That packaging, it's a shame they went to that packaging.
Yeah.
I love the window, but still, it's cool. And he's got the little boot, the little jets for his belt.
Yeah.
That are, you gotta be careful with. They're teeny.
Now, this was the only figure they had that fit into the West Coast Avengers thing, because I was hoping they had Hawkeye, but I already have Hawkeye, so I was hoping that they would have a couple of them that I'd be able to pick up, but that was the only one. So the search continues. But I said when my daughter saw it, she's like, "Can I open it?" I'm like, "You can open it after we show it on the show." But I said that I would open them once I had 3 of them. So now I've got Wonder Man, Hawkeye, and U.S. Agent. So I'm going to open them and find someplace to start.
The boot jets are wrapped in like little pieces of paper, so don't lose those when you open them.
Okay.
Yeah. It needs the window. I know. Absolutely. Needs the window.
So I also got this big old stack of back issues. Run through pretty quick. Most of them are dollar books. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. You guys always hear me every month when this book comes out raving about the series Local Man from Image. And I got Sal to buy it, but he was missing a couple issues that they had in the dollar bin there. So I picked up for him issue 2.
There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Bam.
To the face. Right to the chops.
Issue 3.
Very cool.
And issue 4. There you go.
All right. Yeah. Hello.
So I'll give you these when I see you at the shop this week.
Yeah, this week. Yeah. That's cool.
I got this graphic novel. It's originally 1785, but it was used, so it was $5, and then it was 25% off of that. And it's something I saw a while ago, and I thought it looked cool. It's pretty. It looks like a good crime noir book. It's called The Batman in 9 Lives, an Elseworlds book, but it is. You read it like this. So I thought that was
very cool.
that was pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to. I mean, it's got the nice spot gloss. So looking forward to jumping into that. Random issue of Blue Beetle I needed as I work on my Blue Beetle run. This I bought just because it's old and I thought it had a cool looking cover. And I watched the last video that Brandon did for Mon Comics, and he picked up a copy of not this particular issue, but another book from the series. And when I was flipping through the dollar bins and saw this, I was like, oh yeah, Brandon got one of these. So like I said, cool old cover, made me want to pick it up. This Forbidden Worlds number 139.
Yep, very nice.
That's
and
cool.
it is after the comics code, but it does have that cool like golden age kind of design for the covers.
Because is that an ANC book?
In
the shield up there.
HCG.
Yeah.
This I bought just because I saw it in the dollar bin and I thought it was funny as shit. Because I remember when this stupid ass book came out, and I was like, it's $1. This makes me laugh. I'm gonna buy Mad Dog number 1.
Mad Dog.
Once bitten.
Yeah, you want to talk a character that I'm fairly certain you will not be seeing in the MCU.
He doesn't look shy to me.
And then I got a bunch of these books, which it annoys me that I have to buy them again because I bought these when they came out because I was reading the series. But it is, thank you. I'm looking forward to flipping through it. I really like the logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
I bought these. I'm trying to complete these runs, but they said it bothers me that I have to rebuy books that I already bought when they came out, and I don't know what happened to them. At some point in the various moves that I made, a box or something that I had that had a lot of comics in it disappeared. I have my suspicions of what happened, but it's nothing that I will share live over the internet. But I'll tell you guys afterwards if you want. But I have suspicions of what happened. But anyway, so they're only
furries involved. I don't want to know.
Furries.
No furries. Well, I don't know. Not that I know of, but. So, Mad Dog. I remember when it came out, I was like, this is so stupid. But it was $1 to make me laugh. So, Ultimate X-Men number 98.
Oh.
And number 99. So now I just need 100, and that run will be complete, even though it was already complete, and the books went missing. And same thing with a bunch of issues of Ultimate Spider-Man. So I had to replace them with 105, 106.
I love that cover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
107.
Bagley.
Hey, look, they're all in the MCU.
Bagley art.
Bagley.
Is that Bagley?
109.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it is Bagley art. And remember, this was the series that since Bendis and Bagley did so many consecutive issues of this, it's where they passed Stan Lee and Jack Kirby for the most consecutive issues together on a title.
Nice.
Because Lee and Kirby did Fantastic Four up to 100. So on Ultimate Spider-Man, they did 100 and, well past that. 122. 125.
That's a great cover.
Yeah, I love that one.
126. 127. And I remember when he left the book and Stuart Immonen took over as the artist, I'm like, I don't know about this. But he ended up being really good on it. So 128.
That's great.
Yeah.
129.
Did you get all these for about $1?
Yep, these are all. Well, yeah, they were all of the dollar bin, but since the back issues were 25% off, they were essentially 75 cents.
Nice.
130. So yeah, there's only a couple issues I need now to finish out my Ultimate Spider-Man run. Like I said, I get agitated having to buy this stuff I know I already bought once, but you know what's going to happen too? I'm going to find a box somewhere one day, and it's going to be filled with all these books. I got a big stack of X-Men stuff to put a dent in that. Much, they're later books, but I got 323 with Gary's boy Cannonball.
Cannonball, yes sir.
Cannonball.
336. 337. 343. 344.
Nice.
403 with the blob, but nobody's tweaking his nipples.
No nipple tweaking on that one.
You see how upset he is? See how upset he is?
Yep.
406 where they definitely make Mystique look like a dude.
Well, Mystique can make Mystique look like a dude if she wants.
Yeah, well, she definitely did on that cover. 411. 412. Now, this was when Chuck Austin was writing X-Men, so it was some less than spectacular stories. There was some cool stuff he did, but there was a lot of... But,
that was a cool cover of Nightcrawler, though.
Yeah.
Nice jugs.
Yeah.
Nice jugs, Dan.
Nice jugs, Dan.
Nice jugs, Dan.
417. 421. 427. Another Nightcrawler here, 428.
Yep. Also a cool cover with him.
429. Here's some more jugs for you. 430.
Oh, nice jugs.
434. They must have really liked jugs because here's 435.
Yep.
And 436. 442. 469. 470. 472 with a pretty shitty cover, and be honest. I'm not a huge Chris Bachalo fan though, but 492, 516.
I love that cover.
Yeah.
And then I got some. So these are all the dollar bin books I got, and then I got a few non-dollar bin things. Couple Rocketeer series that I had missed when they first came out. Rocketeer Adventures 2, issues 1 through 4.
Yep.
That's cool.
And Rocketeer Hollywood Horror 1 through 4. Now, when these came out, the shop I was going to, I don't ever remember seeing those on the shelf. So I think it was that they just didn't. They
didn't order extras.
Yeah, and then I got a couple back issues of She-Hulk, Sensational She-Hulk. So I got 15, which is the first time that she becomes Gray She-Hulk. An awesome fourth wall breaking cover with 31.
Burn on it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's good
and stuff. 36.
Very nice.
As I work on completing my Sensational She-Hulk run. And then last but not least, I got 2 Kickstarters in the mail that I received both of them the same day. One of them is a campaign that ended a couple months ago. The other one is a campaign that ended 3 years ago.
Wow.
It ended in April of 2021. And it finally came in with these other books for a campaign that ended like 2 months ago. So not everything comes out super quick. Oh, yeah.
Bougie, I love Rocketeer too, baby.
Yeah, me and Gary are both big Rocketeer fans. So the first one is this three issues that Jimmy Palmiotti did, which go check out the interview that me and Gary did with him under Codex on the YouTube, because we did a fantastic interview with him, and he talked about this book a lot because the Kickstarter campaign was running for it when we did the interview. It's called Phantasma. So this is issue 1.
So good. Look at that. Have you looked inside them yet?
I have not. No, I haven't had a chance. I haven't even, like you said, I haven't even finished reading my books from.
No.
I haven't even finished reading my books from last week. I read like two of them so far. But here is issue 2.
Oh, look at that. That is great. Yeah.
Gary's sitting there thinking like, man, why didn't I back this campaign?
Because Gary doesn't do internet stuff very well. That's why.
And
Don't they call you Mr. Tech, though? They call you Mr. Tech.
Mr. Tech. Yeah. Listen, y'all, thank goodness you've trained the monkey to press the button to even join us, to be able to join this show. That's about the extent of my abilities.
So these ones came out, like I said, just got them. Campaign ended like 2 months ago. This other one, the campaign ended 3 years ago, April 2021, and finally got it, but it looks absolutely beautiful. It's this hardcover called The Dusk.
Ooh,
That does look good.
Yeah, and it's done. The artist is David Hahn, who's the same artist that does Impossible Jones.
Yeah,
and yeah, it came with a little sticker too. I guess this is their company, Sleeping Giant, which apparently that giant was sleeping for a while.
Yes, he was.
It took 3 years to finish this, but man, it looks really nice. Just show you some of the stuff.
Oh, that does look good.
Yeah.
I like that.
So it sucks that it took so long, but the quality of it definitely looks. Let me see if I can find a good.
Well, maybe it'll be worth it.
I hope so. I mean, stuff happens. I understand,
Yeah.
I've definitely been looking forward to getting into this. And there's other Kickstarters I backed that I'm also, 2 years or so into waiting on them to show up. But as long as they show up, I'll be happy.
Well, patience is a virtue, my friend.
Yes,
yeah, as long as it's not, thankfully I didn't back Rob Liefeld's Brigade Kickstarter that he never delivered on. I think we're 5 or 6 years on now, and nobody's gotten their stuff. So, but that was a lot. But that's it for me.
All right.
Now I just got to read it all, and bag and board it, and find some place to put it.
Oh God, I got 2 weeks of books to read. I haven't read a single book from last week, not to mention this week. But I've been busy. I had royalty coming to my house. I had to get this joint ready. That's for sure. So and it worked out. So Free Comic Book Day, I got stories. This great horror book. It's stories from the Atlas comic anthology, and Atlas is, of course, Marvel's predecessor. So
wow.
These are all
that at our shop.
Yeah, these are all reprints of the old Atlas, some of the old Atlas horror books. But
Nice.
Here's a war story in there. So, but cool cover, dug it. I like Dan, love Santa Claus covers, so I got the Santa Claus.
Bougie, he said joint, but not what you think.
Not what you think, John. Conan.
Yes.
Conan.
What is best in life?
Mm-hmm.
The World of James Tinian also. Also got the Star Wars Free Comic Book Day.
Mm-hmm.
Also got the Spider-Man and the Ultimate Universe. The Blood Hunt.
I think it's funny how Marvel will do the Free Comic Book Day ones, and they'll put two things that don't really go together in one book.
Yeah. Flash Gordon, and the art on this looks fantastic.
Yes,
it does. Yep.
Yeah. Just really good. And let's see, DC Absolute Power.
Mm-hmm.
I like you fellas need me some Kal-El nipples. So there we go.
Yep.
Superman nips.
You need those Kryptonian nips.
Yeah.
The only thing I was disappointed in that was that it wasn't Mad Magazine sized.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. There's going to be a facsimile.
The nips of the book.
Oh, there you
Kind of
go.
both.
Point. There's going to be a facsimile edition of Mad 1 coming out soon.
Oh, nice.
Which will be nice, but that will be in comic format because the first 22 issues, I think it was, or 23 issues of Mad were comic size until they expanded magazine size
so they could get past the code.
Past the Comic Code Authority, because then they were a magazine. Also got the Johnny Quest. Can't wait to read this. I think I showed on our show once as a showcase. I have the original. Oh, look, he's catching Bandit. Page 1, Bandit. I have the original Johnny Quest comic from the 60s, which is really cool.
Yeah.
There was only one issue on that.
Yeah.
Only one.
Only one.
You know what's funny? Heroes Corner Comics did a thing. I don't know if you guys saw it on Facebook today, where they were posting trivia questions, and I guess whoever got each one right got to win something.
Yeah.
So I got to it a little bit late, but I did answer one of them correctly. So I'll see if I don't know if it's something that I actually win or if I get entered in the chance to win something.
Well, we will wish you the best, my friend.
Yeah.
Good luck on that. I was always too late. I think I only answered 1 or 2 questions, but I was too late, and I'm like, I can't. I was too busy with what stuff going on today, so I let it go.
I didn't even have time to separate the books from the independent, Marvel, whatever. So we'll have
That's
a
fine.
Basic Instinct.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
That's a bondage cover there.
Mm-hmm. Also got some Space Ghost.
Yeah.
There you go. That's good stuff.
Also got the retro one.
Oh,
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And there were a couple other Space Ghost covers I almost got, and I was just like, no, I just got
You're like, I had enough.
restraint, please. I am digging this book. Zorro.
nice.
Man of the Dead.
Just digging this book. A lot of fun. All right. What the hell was this? I guess this was Blood Hunt out of order, but the Negative Space Blade.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's cool.
And
That's
that
70s version.
that is just, yeah, absolutely 70s.
Sorry, I
So
double clicked
cool.
that. Bougie
Yeah.
likes the retro Space Ghosts.
Oh, I do too. I love that retro Space Ghost. Absolutely. Also got the Moon Knight.
Did you see? I don't know what. I know it was a ratio variant. I don't know what the ratio was. The Blood Hunt cover that was the tribute to the old EC horror, where it's the guy and he was holding Thor's head, like that old EC cover where the guy has the axe.
Right.
girl's
Was
head.
that in this week's?
Yeah, it was a ratio variant for the first issue of Blood Hunt.
Yeah, I missed it then because I was in and out of the shop because I had to run to a dental appointment really quick, so I did not look up there to see if we had that one. Sorry, I missed that. I'll have to ask Rob about that. The new Power Pack. I got the Black Widow and Hawkeye Dracula cover because it's an homage to the giant sized chillers, which I do own. So.
Yes.
So I'm not getting all the vampire covers, but I'm getting the ones that I love the original covers.
Bougie killer cover of the Thor.
It is a killer cover. And the original cover, Damien has that book, and I have held that book in my hands. So cool. And there's the original. I really like them putting the homage covers, putting the original on the other side. I hope they'll start doing that on all of them, because I'll tell people, well, that's Avengers 57, or that's this and that. And telling them is one thing, but having them be able to witness it themselves, I like that. Blood Hunt number 1, Red Band Blood Hunt.
That they were sold out of that, like I said, in mine too.
Yeah. Deadpool, Wolverine.
I'm trying to remember to check and see if they have any at the shop I go to. I don't remember seeing any of those on the shelf. I just had it told, but
did your store still have the Thor cover with the severed head?
I didn't see it there. It's something I saw online a couple of weeks ago. I was like, but I know it was a ratio variant. I was like, oh, that's really cool.
So that would have been on the wall, right?
Yeah,
it would have been on the wall. But are you sure that this week it came out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Didn't remember it either, but because I always check out the wall.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. So okay. Well, this is the Ennis.
Let me look up to see if I can find what the ratio for it was.
Yeah. This Thor cover. So here we go. Here's a homage cover.
Mm-hmm.
So this one doesn't have it on the back, but I want to say this is 126, A Journey into Mystery, or 125 with Hercules. It was Hercules and Thor, like that, where it's kind of a bit of a takeoff on that cover with Scourge and him.
Thinks the homage is a good idea.
Yeah, I love having it where people see it. Also, the Hulk. I'm happy that Klein is back doing the art. I did not. Yeah. Oh my God, the art's so much better. We got Brother Voodoo in this issue. Very cool. So, well, he was in Nolans, so if he's in Nolans, he's got to have some Brother Voodoo. He's in Nolans. Yep. There we go. Invincible Iron Man. And yes, the last issue I read of Iron Man, Magneto had just come on the scene, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, Weapon X-Men.
Yep.
I know it wasn't a big DC book because it was a 5th week thing, or they're 5 in May, I guess. Or I guess it was a 5th week thing, and they do a lot of annuals. So there's the X-Men. There's a second printing. Why did I get the second printing of this? I don't know why I got the second printing of that, but I did.
Still,
I almost bought that too, but I was like, I can't buy the second printing of every goddamn Ultimate book that comes out. I have to limit it.
Yeah. So here's Spring Breakout.
Which means I'll probably buy it whenever they have a slow week where there's not a lot that's coming out.
So I love these little DC anthologies that they had. For,
absolutely. I get them every time.
Yes.
I didn't see that one, though.
Got a Metalman story in here, and just, so it's just always fun. And on that Spring Breakout, they got me for 2 alternates. We love Batman, but how often do we see Batman getting ready to bat? So
nice.
Yeah. And who yells batter up? Well, there goes the pitcher.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So,
very cool.
Yeah. So Batman, Harley. So the damn Spring Break book, which of course is a $10 book, they got me for 3 of those. Damn.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. That's painful. Also got the Flash annual. Got the Nightwing.
Very cool.
I got the Superman. Brainiac. Look forward to reading that. Got the Harls. Oh, now I got an independent book. They got me for a couple of covers of this too. Blood Brothers Mother.
You gotta let me know how that is.
I can't wait to read it.
I saw it and I was.
That's pretty cool.
See some interior.
Nice.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. So,
is that magazine sized?
Yes, it is. It's Black Label. It's Black Label size.
Yeah.
So just good stuff. I look forward to reading this. And they got me. They had 3 really cool covers. I bought 2 of them. I got this one. My wife loves horsies, so we got some good horsey action on that one.
Nice.
You think that's nice? You'll see the back.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
We had this on the shelf today. Yeah.
Like Distillery's just taking everybody.
I don't think our shop had that one.
Yeah. There's the first page. So I'm really looking forward to this. As
does your shop still have them?
Huh?
Does your shop still have those?
Oh yeah, we have.
Left?
Yeah. Which do you want me to pull a copy for you?
Let me think about it. I'll let you know.
And there was a third cover.
He's gonna say yes.
Yeah, we all know it.
Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed on this one, Monument Valley, and it's the skull. What looks like a cloud. That's a skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I got a Power Girl cover ratio variant from a few weeks ago.
Oh, very nice.
Hello, Nurse. Right.
That looks like
Marilyn Monroe.
What's that model? Stefania Ferrero.
Okay.
Well,
Look at your word for it.
Look her up on Instagram. She's a model, but that's what her face looks like, and she did a Power Girl cosplay like a year ago.
Well, if Stefania and her free arrows are this nice, I'll have to look at her.
Oh, they're even nicer.
There we go, Rocketeer. Rocketeer, Den of Thieves, Trade. You know, like Dan, I have the original issues, but you know what? I like a nice trade.
Cool story.
Yeah. Dan, you know, Avengers West Coast, the Epic
Nice.
Collection. So what is this collecting? From what to what? You know, and even though I have the originals, I'll never, you know, I like when I don't have to open them anymore.
It would probably be
83
close to the end of the series.
Avengers 80. What'd you say about the end of the series?
No, I said that, you know, looking at it based on the cover, I would say that's probably closer to the end of the series.
Yeah, 83 to 95, annual 7-8, and Avengers annual 13. So
yeah, because the series only ran 101 issues.
Yep. So yeah. So this. Yeah. I don't know what number 8 will cover because there's not that many issues to cover, but. You know, maybe there's a mini or something that covers too that was after that. I just don't remember. So those
well, after it ended, that's when they launched ForceWorks, so maybe it would have ForceWorks in it too.
Which I hated the first issue because they killed Wonder Man again in that.
Yeah, that was and then remember they did that Iron Man cartoon and they, you know, and they were like, oh, let's have all these ForceWorks characters in it. They're like, nobody cares about that.
For our good buddy. So now we're getting into stuff. Oh, let's see. Did I have one back? And I had one back issue, and I found it today at Comic Logic. Didn't realize we had it. Looked through a bin. Sandman missed the Sandman 50. I just wanted to have another copy of it because it was so just cool.
Nice.
I really liked it. So I have all the originals, but I wanted to have that too. So that was very, very good there. Let's see now. Okay. So we got from Tim. I got this for Tim. So
nice.
That's cool.
That is
you
very.
Said this is the way.
This is the way. This is the way. So I don't know what that is on my screen. That's coming in there. Anyway, this is the way.
That's a cool cover too.
Yeah, it is. So, and let's see, we got
that's a good cover to get signed because it's got plenty of space that you can write on it.
It looks like your glasses are in the way there, Uncle Gary.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, your glasses are on the side.
There we go. Thank you. It's driving me crazy. See, tech. I can't do tech. Can't have things in the way. So
Mr.
this is
IT.
This is the other one I got for Tim. You know, that Tim sent me. So got that for him. Now this was for my lovely wife. This is to Diane. I like those odds, Brendan Wayne. So she's looking forward to getting that framed and hanging that in the house. And he was wonderful to her. So this, when I said, you know, I'd had him sign all my John Wayne stuff, I had to get a Mandalorian thing. And it says, to Gary, thanks for being you, Brendan Wayne. So
cool. There you go.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thanks for being me. You know what? Being me is what I do best. So there you go.
You're good at it.
I'm damn good at it. So this is one of the books I usually have displayed on my shelf here. I pulled it down to get him to do. Gary, keep your powder dry, Brandon Wayne. And this is, I definitely have to work to keep your powder dry because this is John Wayne sitting on the casket Jesse Custer was in that was under the lake, put there with a breathing tube in it by his wicked grandmama. That's how she punished him. You know? And so John Wayne was with him there. So I'll get another copy of this to have as a display. I won't keep this out all the time. It'll be in a special place that I, you know, keep my signed books. But that's pretty damn good. And this issue is in the volume that I got to Brendan. And, you know, I may not have mentioned this, but when I gave it to Brendan, he wanted me to sign it to him. I probably forgot to mention that earlier, but you know, let me make sure I get that. So I got several of my John Wayne books signed by Brendan. This one's so cool. It's like leather, you know, leather bound and all that. And this great Monument Valley scene, and Brendan signed it. So to Gary, the pleasure was all mine. and he did The Weapons Are Part of My Religion, Brendan Wayne. So how cool is that? That's the man, the Duke.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So this is one of my favorite books with him. And it was cool that Brendan Wayne, I'll show you a book that he had never seen before. And you know, I had him, you know, that he was amazed by it. This was just in my stack of Westerns, so we're going to show something that is not John Wayne related, but you know, I think y'all know what this is.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That's All-Star Western
Jonah
number 10, First Jonah Hex.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Don't see that every day, but you
No.
know, Western hero. So this is showcase time for those of you that don't know. We're in showcase time. So
Showcase mode activated.
yeah, John Wayne movie here. This is a little smaller than a standard comic. My favorite movie of all time, The Searchers. So this is a comic adaptation of that from Dell. And this book, I'm now on the hunt for this book for Mr. Brendan Wayne. So I've got Damien activated to find him a copy of that he would like to have. And this book too. This is much harder book. This is from 1950, I think it is. John Wayne Adventure Comics #1.
Nice.
So
That's cool.
That's a young John Wayne there.
Yeah, it is. So he would like to have this this book. So I've got Damien looking for that. But that's a great cover. So here's John Wayne Adventure Comics #2. And again, these are from the very early 50s.
Red is popping.
Red is popping. John
like
Wayne.
Marvel with the
they're red number 2.
second issue with a red cover.
Yep. John Wayne 3, I think there's 3. So John Wayne 3 and 4. So I've got the first 4 issues, which is pretty cool. I think this went 31 issues, I think, or 35. And I have a handful of them, but I've got to do some work on them. These you don't find them all the time. Not everybody carries these. We're into number 12 now.
Nice.
Now, did they just were they just adaptations of his movies?
I think they had a lot of the movie covers, but they were you know the John Wayne Adventures not so much. Like The Searchers, of course, absolutely straight adaptation, but the others not so much. Jonah Hex, I started picking up weird westerns.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh man, I hope you love them. Hey, those covers, most of them are by Luis Dominguez, and they are so good. So good on you. Good on you. And Weird Western ended with the one Scalp Hunter issues. But yeah, some of the early Weird Western covers before 10, Neil Adams did a few of them, and they are spectacular. God, is it 9 is one of my favorite ambush covers. I love that. There's John Wayne 13. This book actually made an appearance. That's a pretty nice copy of that. This book actually made an appearance in the Preacher series on TV, where Jesse had this book on a table and he was looking through it. That's 13. This is 14.
Cool. Like that.
And then one more movie adaptation was him with Kurt Russell. I'm losing my mind. Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas, The War Wagon.
And so you said Kurt Russell. It made me think of. I just saw this video where he was telling a story about he's as a kid he was in that one movie with Elvis where he's like kicked him in the shin, and Kurt Russell's dad was a movie star, did all the Western movies, and he came to set one day, when Kurt was there filming with Elvis, and Elvis goes like, "Is that your dad?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's my dad." He goes, "Do you think I can go talk to him?" Yeah, so he goes up. He's like, "I got a big fan. I got a question." He's like, "Hey, what is Elvis?" He's like, "The way you wear your hat. Like, if I ever get to do a Western, is it okay if I wear my hat the way that you wore yours?" I just thought that was pretty cool. It's like, it was the king, is Elvis asking like, "Hey, is it okay if I wear my cowboy hat the way that you wear yours?"
Yeah.
Brendan was telling a story about when he was doing a film with Bryce Dallas Howard, who's Ronnie Howard's
daughter.
Daughter, yeah. And when he showed Bryce a picture of himself when Brendan was just a little boy with Ronnie Howard, because Ronnie Howard was in John Wayne's last movie, The Shootist, which is also a very, very good movie. And so Ronnie Howard ended up he came in to see Brendan at some event or something, and Brendan didn't have the picture with him, and he was crushed. But it was so cool that Ronnie came out and looked for him, and wanted to talk to him about that. So cool, and just hear stories like that all weekend was pretty great. So
it was probably The Mandalorian, because she's directed a bunch of episodes of it.
Then that must have been it. If she's been directing some of those, and I look forward to seeing it. It's just one of those things. Look, I've been wanting to watch Peaky Blinders for years and haven't got around.
Oh,
my God, that is one of my favorite shows.
Oh, look, and to my great shame, I have not watched Deadwood. I have to get to that. So
that's good too.
I know. So, but I will get to it eventually. To curate this collection and to do all these other things, and then there are these fellas from some YouTube channel that roped me into this. That takes up some time that might be spent watching TV, but it's a worthwhile endeavor to be here at the Codex station. So,
I thought you were gonna say every time you go live, we eat grumpy old nerds.
No, not the nerds this here. I definitely spend more time doing stuff here than I do on the nerds. That's for sure. I just wing it there. Here, when we do comic character of the week, even though I'm pretty sure I know everything I know, I'm still going, well, I got to get this right. I got to make sure I'm right. I'm doing research and all that.
Yeah.
So.
I definitely love when you send me the covers. You're like, well, here's my 3, but if I need to switch any out, let me know. Here's another 12.
Well, actually, I'm circumventing that a lot because I'm getting with Dan especially and saying, hey, which ones are you using? And he's like, which one are you using? Because it's kind of cool. I think Dan made this point where we use the same when we have the same story. That's really cool. But with the covers, I want to give variety, more of a variety to see. There are many different flavors out there, and I don't want us to have all the same cover.
Right. No, definitely. All right.
Well, that is Dunzo, and it's a great weekend for me personally. Great weekend for comics, and the fact that Brendan Wayne, what's it say? Keep your powder dry, and what did he say? Thank you for being you. Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Brendan Wayne. Thank you, Mike Bologna, for bringing him to my house, and what a dream weekend, and tomorrow will be a day of rest.
Our Uncle Gary smoking the cigarette.
Uncle Gary doesn't smoke, but he may go through the motions.
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
be there with candy cigarettes.
Yeah,
Candy cigarettes. There you go.
Same
thing.
Yep. So this is this, like I said, it'll be a well-deserved rest. That's for sure.
Well, here I said, here's Corner Comics did that thing. So here's the question they asked that. So I was the only one that answered, and they didn't respond if I got it right or not. She just responded with that that smiley face emoji where they're like, oh, the shocked one.
Mm-hmm.
What is considered the first true comic book, and who published the landmark series, and in what year?
All right. Well, the speculation of this goes back and forth, but most people will say it's the Yellow Kid. And the first, I thought 1895.
The one that I answered was The Adventures of Mr. Obadiah Oldbuck from 1842.
Wow.
So she just did the reaction with the shocked emoji, but didn't say if I was right or not. So,
well, there are disputes on what's the first one, what's not. The one you have is further back, so that may be one of the ones that is considered now the newest standard bearer. But if we're talking about 1842, that beats what the Yellow Kid has.
But yeah, I think it's everybody that answered the question, because there was like 10 questions, and everyone that answered them right got entered to win a CGC Slabbed free comic book day book today.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, guys, I think it's a great way to wrap it up. Great free comic book day for everybody. I'm sure everyone had a blast. Gary, you look like you've had a blast for like the last week.
That's been awesome.
So, but one more time for everybody out there, don't forget that this Thursday, the 9th, we're going to have Colossus Collector on for Comic Character of the Week, and we will be doing Nightwing? No, Nightcrawler. So make sure you guys tune in for that. As always, guys, check out our sponsors, one being W Energy. Guys, all you guys got to do is go to w.gg. They got a bunch of new flavors coming out. They have a bunch more product coming out as well, too. Get the variety pack if you guys, are iffy about it. It's not like the Monsters or Red Bulls that you guys try. There's no jitter, no bad aftertaste, and no crash. We've all tried it. We all love it. Definitely go check them out and use the keyword code-X at checkout. Save yourself 10%. I'm not lying when I say we drink this, or I at least drink it almost every day. So keeps me going, gets me through these shows. Now, for our next one, we have Nirvana Comics. Guys, go check out Nirvana Comics. You check out their website, nirvanacomicsnashville.com. They have a comic for everyone, and they want to give it to you. It's Tim's exclusive comic shop. God, it's a mouthful. And lastly, because I thought someone was hitting the button when they moved up, but they weren't. Uncle Gary, we're talking about Comic Logic.
Sure, I love to talk about Comic Logic. Comic Logic, Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. I'm proud co-owner. We had 3 big events that we were talking about here on this station, and the second one was today, Free Comic Book Day. But if you missed out on that, there's still another one on the horizon in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow, we have our fall LotCon. Our spring LotCon. Please come to that. We'll have a mini Comic Con going on in our parking lot. We'll have about 30 vendors. There'll be comics. There'll be local artists, local authors, and you can sample their wares. There'll be jewelry. There'll be toys, and it's a nice family-friendly atmosphere. For the fall LotCon, we had Dan and Sal came, brought their children. So wonderful. So you can see Codex people and you can see Comic Logic people all in the same place at the same time, and it's it's really good. And we'd love to have you. And I believe, Dan, I think you said you were coming to LotCon?
Oh, yeah, I'm planning on it. Knock on wood that nothing bad happens, but I'm planning on being there. Sal, did anybody get their picture with you today to get a free?
No one wanted their picture with me today. So
well, Sal got some love. Like I said, Rob brought him out and talked about Codex and people, and Sal recorded that, and also Sal got some love. So they were maybe he did get pictures. Maybe the people maybe they were so shy about meeting a star of that magnitude that they were afraid to approach him. Yeah.
Well, if you come up to him at LotCon, he's going to have a backpack full of slabs, and if you come up to him and say, "I like you on Codex," he's just going to open it up and let you pick one to take home with you.
Wow. I think that's another reason why he will not be at LotCon.
He's like, I am officially out.
Yeah. I think he was busy that weekend anyway, but now he really is.
Yep. Got to rearrange the sock drawer that day. Let me tell you something.
He's got to wash his hair that day. Oh, wait, that was
still got to do it. Still got to do it.
There's
use that shoe polish.
There's a whole day gone right there.
Whole day.
He's going to be using that Mr. Popeil paint your bald spot stuff.
Well, there you go. Now, Sal and Rob go to the same barber.
We do. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
Thanks for hanging in there with us, Richard.
Yep, yes. Thank you very much, buddy.
And if you want to find Sal, why don't you tell them they can find you or not doing Codex stuff?
All right. It's very simple. You head on over to YouTube, look for Sal's Comic Corner. Bam! There I am. You can also find me on Instagram as SladGuy77. What?
I said, all right, Emerald.
That's catching up a notch. Bam!
Bam!
But when Dan allows it, I'm on Instagram as the SladGuy77. But only when Dan allows it.
And you can find Dan where?
You can find me on aforementioned Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. So, you've heard the spiel a bunch of times. Just go check it out. Give me a follow. Give me some likes.
He's got 800 and something folks. We need to get him 1,000.
That's right.
Sal, where are we dragging?
We got to drag that big D across the line.
That's right. Get him to 1,000. 1K for DK. Absolutely.
1K for DK.
And buy some art.
Buy some art. Buy his art.
some
There's
art.
art here at my house. It's pretty freaking amazing. I've commissioned him to do a few things too for other folks. It's good stuff. Don't miss out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And don't forget, he is a registered CGC artist.
That's
So
right.
he could draw stuff for you, have it slabbed, and it comes back in that nice yellow label saying
Yep.
Signature Series.
And it's a 1 of 1.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's a 1 of 1. That's right.
Good night, Pam. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
hanging in there with us, Pam. Love having you part of the show. Very much. All right. Well, I mentioned Comic Logic earlier, so you can come see me there and catch me every Wednesday there, getting my weekly books, getting my weekly fix. You can also find me under the name Opie Taylor on the Comic Character of the Day site, where I usually post a cover, but I was very bad today. I didn't. Maybe I'll do one. You know where Kevin's at? It's not midnight yet, so I can still post one and get it under the gun.
Yeah, he's over at he's over where he lives, working his side job as a bouncer at the Golden Corral.
At the Golden Corral. Well, he's got to get people, and the people when they abuse the spit guard, at the salad bar, he's right there. He's on
Trying to stick their hand in the chocolate fountain.
Yep. And you know what? Let's give the Comic Character of the Day site some love, man. They are adding new people.
Yeah.
Left and right.
I mean, wow. I mean, I look at it, and there's another list of like 20 people he's adding. So whatever he's doing, he's hitting he got the nicotine that everybody wants, and everybody is joining that site. So
It's like a sweet spot.
yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's nothing that we're actively doing right now. These are all people that are requesting to join.
Yeah.
Being, occasionally it's someone that's been invited, but it's because me and Sal are admins on there, so we see it. It's
Oh yeah, I keep track, and every time it's like, oh, okay, I'll just add all 8 of you because you
Yeah.
don't look like you're scammers. So
Yep. Well, yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm like, wow, Kevin is freaking killing it. So
Kevin messaged me one day like, thanks for
Yeah.
adding all 12 people.
you know what? Maybe that's happening at the Golden Corral.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what he's doing. He's
I gotta look at the age demographic now just to see.
he's out there. He's out there telling people. He's like, if you subscribe to my page, I'll give you some free hush puppies.
There you go.
But yeah, I don't know. He was a little, he's a little down for a while there. We got to 500, and then we're kind of stagnant for a while. And I told him, I was like, you just gotta be patient, man. I was like, it's not gonna happen over. Like, you just gotta be patient. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna get to a point where it's gonna start growing. And there we are now. And I told him, I was like, as soon as it starts growing, like success begets success. Like, as soon as you start getting more, then you're gonna start getting, the algorithms and stuff are going to put you higher up for people, then they're going to see it, and you're going to, it's just going to keep going.
I mean, he keeps going like this, he's going to start big timing us,
Yeah. I mean, like even tonight, I'm looking at us, and we just gained 5 subscribers, I think, from this episode alone.
Well, there you go.
Wow. There you are.
And
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, and speaking of big time,
I know,
there's the creator right there, the founder, the creator, the mason that laid this groundwork, J-Dub.
Yeah, but before we get to that, go check out the CodexStation.com. It's your one-stop shop for everything Codex. Get some merch, meet a team, let us know what you like, don't like. And I think Uncle Gary wants to give everyone something from the team.
Oh, ain't just Uncle Gary, the whole team. We have all the socials, and we would like nothing better than to give them to you.
And you can find those all on the CodexStation.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great night. It was a great free comic book day. I think Uncle Gary had one of the best weekends ever.
Amazing.
Yes. But everybody, thank you again who showed up, joined us tonight. It's been a pleasure. It's been great. And we will see you in the next one.
See you next time.
Who's going to do it?
Bye.